Very good afternoon, everyone. As ma'am has already shared a very elaborative introduction, and I've already shared all my links to all of you. We are very much aware who is who. It's very comfortable if you guys can switch on your videos, because then it looks like I am interacting with all of you and not just the screen. So if you have good bandwidth, I would request you to please unmute your videos. All right. So today's topic is holistic development of students, right? We all have one important major responsibility of making sure that the education, the subjects we are teaching, we create a classroom which is a happy classroom. We are conveying, we are making our students learn when they are centered and when they are actually with us, and not just making just being with us but not actually being in the class. So when I am trying to coach you all on all those subjects, I would like to rather give you a practical aspect than just subjective content, theoretical content. That is not um, my content for today. So we are going to have a very interactive session. I see Dr. Sonal Pathak's video on, and three people from the nodal center, I think, who are right now visible. Anybody else who wants to say hi to me and unmute your videos? I'll be more than happy to see you and talk to you. All right. So, what we'll do is, before we start with the session, before we start getting to know each other, let's have a quick 30 seconds, 1 minute to get centered and be with ourselves. So, ma'am, if you want, you can shut your laptop screens, because I understand you're watching some other screen to be with me. So that will give you a very positive and centered approach towards me. Thank you. So, you know what we can do is, the same way we can request our students to stop surfing their mobiles, because दुनिया बहुत मिक्स हो गई है, डिस्ट्रैक्शंस हो गई हैं लाइफ में. तो हम कुछ भी चीज का क्रक्स, कुछ भी चीज में से कुछ सीख नहीं पाते हैं, क्योंकि सारा ध्यान कहाँ होता है? इस एक इडियट बॉक्स में, जिसने हम सबको इडियट कर रखा है, लेकिन हम चले हुए हैं इस दुनिया में. तो हम क्या करते हैं, बिफोर वी गेट इनटू द टॉपिक, let's just get centered. 30 seconds of breath out, right? So I would request you to just close your eyes, bring all your focus on your breath, breathe in, hold, breathe out. Once again, let's breathe in, hold, and breathe out. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck, relax all your muscles, and be with yourself. Once again, take a deep breath in, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Now take a breath that deep, that you have not taken in ages. A deep breath, the deepest breath. And exhale. Keep a smile. Whenever you feel comfortable, You can open your eyes. Do you feel a difference? Do you feel one with yourself now? Do you feel more focused? Get to the chat window and tell me, how do you feel? Do you feel more focused? Do you feel more settled and more comfortable in yourself? Yes, no.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Definitely yes.
Wonderful. My purpose of asking question is also seeing who all are awake, who all are with me. So I am going to give my session to people who are with me so that it is more fun. And all those who are just here for certificate might not mind. I'll be talking to people who are only visible to me. That ways, I feel more connected. So thank you, Mr. T. Uthya Kumar and Dr. Sonal Pathak and Dr. Vivek Sharma. Thank you so much for being with me. Yeah, do you see my screen now? Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Karan Raj. I would like to see who all wants to unmute your videos yet. Feel free to unmute your videos, everyone. Thank you so much, Sweetie Singh, Karan Bajaj, Dr. Vivek. All right. So now coming to the topic. We are all centered now. We are all awake, wide awake. And I see that, yes, I see there is some bandwidth problem. Yeah. Okay, I will try and call somebody. This is my office. Usually I get online from home. So internet is better there. One second. All right. So when we are dealing with our students, we really need to understand their space so that we know what are the problems they are facing and why there is a gap between what we are teaching and what they are receiving, right? That is the major issue. They are not with us, they don't know what they are learning, and they are not aware, wild aware, right? So we need to understand the gap when they come from schools to colleges. What is the gap? What is the problem? And what is it that really make them a more rounded personality? So if I may share here, what we really need to understand is the students need to have life skills, career skills, soft skills, and overlap between all of these, and then become more employable. That is our purpose of teaching them, right? So I have not seen a single class on life skills in my uh, the video was paused. Yeah. So I have not seen any class except for moral science or class on how to dress, how to brush, how to tie shoes. It's very slow. Somehow internet is. I'm using. Sorry. Yeah. Right. Okay. Should I on the model? No, 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 no. My class will get over. Yeah. Workcave 2 is what I'm using. Is it fine? Workcave 2 is what I'm using. ओके, चलिए आई थिंक अभी तो चल रहा है, बहुत कम है, बहुत कम है। करेक्ट करेक्ट, ठीक है, आई विल मैनेज। और ज़्यादा इशू आता है तो मैं मॉडल बंद करके ऑन कर देंगे, वो दे श्योर। ऑलराइट, आई एम सो सॉरी, this is because of the internet thing, and I will keep my other Wi-Fi also on now. All right. Is it smooth now?
Yes, ma'am. It's okay, ma'am.
Wonderful. All right. So we need to have a combination of all these skills if we want our students to be employable, if we want them to be, equipped with all the arsenal we are trying to give them. We are trying to educate them so that they are they get a job or they become entrepreneurs or they do well in their lives. So we have to understand what career skills they need. They need professionalism, they need networking, they need time management, they need to be a good leader or a good team player. All those things together will make them ready for the world, ready for the job. So, soft skills is our area. Soft skills refers to the emotional side of human beings. Like I interact with you. The moment I said that I would like to talk to you, you unmuted your videos. That was my interpersonal skill, right? It helps in making good, long lasting relationships, and also at the same time making me successful in my career, right? Whether I'm in a job or I'm in a business, if I have good interpersonal skills, the team chemistry is better, the relationships grow, professionally I do better, I'm able to get more work out of my people. So all those things happen because I have good soft skills. So we need to make sure that our students have good soft skills to be successful in life. All right. So now, what all are soft skills? Your social skills, your communication, your character, your personality, your attitude, your mindset, your career attributes, your social intelligence, your emotional intelligence. So all together, if we see, it becomes good combination, right, of soft skills. Yeah, are you all with me?
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. And then comes the hard skills. Hard skills are technical or administrative competence of a person, which again we are responsible to groom. So now hard skills are the languages. Languages, as in if you are PHP is a language, .NET is a language. So if you are working on an IT person, so this is the hard skill the person needs to have. Or if you are teaching a medical student, so their own books, the knowledge in their books, that is all hard skills, right? Their degrees, their certificates, their like in accounts, whether they know tally, whether they know typing, mechanical machine problem, software knowledge. All these are the hard skills. Now comes the soft skills. Again, as I said, your social skills, your decision making, your time management. Are you a team member? Good teamwork is very important. Are you yourself self aware, self disciplined? Do you have good communication skills? All these forms your social skills. Now, what are some soft skills that you would like to add? I will leave that to you. Come on, quickly, I want everyone to type. What are various soft skills that we can have? One of the persons can type from Dr. Sonal Pathak's login. What are the soft skills you want your students to have? Okay, communication skills. Good. Yes, you can unmute and say as well.
And teamwork, leadership,
Important
maintenance.
thing is to convey the message.
Absolutely, absolutely. Sympathy. Yes, Sweetie Singh can unmute and talk. All
And
right.
teamworking, leadership, time management,
Absolutely.
empathy.
Right, ma'am. And sympathy, empathy, listening. So Dr. Vivek has shared a very good list: understanding, values, ethics and morals, body language, manners and etiquettes, Mr. Alok Agarwal says, societal responsibilities, respect for all creatures, right? Beautiful. So these are a few soft skills that we need our students to have. Now, if we don't have classes on these, We can teach them through walking the talk, by doing what we expect from others, right? Interpersonal skills. We can do that by being ourself into it. All right, let me share further. Okay. All right. So these are the 20 soft skills. I think most of them you have already covered. Flexibility is one of them. Work ethics you have covered. Communication and confidence you said already. Positive attitude, organization skills, emotional awareness, initiative, time management, negotiation, innovation. Innovation comes through creativity, so we have to let grow the innovation part. If you want, you can take a screenshot of all these soft skills that we need to teach our students: stress management, cultural fitness, ability to network, right? All right. So the most important thing when we are in the classroom, the most important aspect we need to understand is, this is a classroom. We cannot blame that they are not doing things correctly. We have to understand the important thing is that it is us as well. We are part of the problem too. If they are not learning, if they are not producing results, if they are not as per what we need, it is because we are also part of the problem, right? So we have to question ourselves. You have to question yourself from time to time about whether, I hope you're not biased. I hope you're not prejudiced, right? Or your light will be, limited. There are a lot of reasons why we are not performing to our best because of certain aspects unintentionally that are going on, right? Okay. So now the comes an interesting story. I will build the why and then I will tell you how we can make our classrooms more interactive. So the problems you have, I will share them. If you have any more problems, be my guest, start typing or unmute yourself. So the first problem is that these students have a huge shock. They come from schools to polytechnics or universities, colleges. In schools, we used to sit in one class entire day. All of a sudden, when we come to college, we are changing lectures after lectures. So we get confused. So my own first exam, I was a topper in 10th and plus two. I did very good by chance. So after that, when I was giving my first college exam, I got a zero. It was political science exam and I got a zero in that. I failed, I flunked. So, and the paper was blank. I did not write anything. So I can understand very well that there is a huge shock. Thank God it was not a final exam. Anybody or everybody is facing that problem. So let us understand what are those problems, right? So we'll go by the star bursting technique: what, where, when, why, how, and who. Who we have already understood, the students as well as us. Problem statement is both of us, right? Now, why? Why we should actually make happier classrooms so that the students grow holistically, so that the students get good results. Why? Happier students will work better, they will get ill less often, so naturally, good attendance. These students will have higher grades, they will generally be more successful. Happier students will do better academically and their behavior also improves because they are happy in the class, they would like to attend the class, right? Now, interesting, my favorite is what. What are the problems they are facing? The transformation, as I said, from school to college, like I had myself. Academic pressure, because earlier I was hiding myself in English, SUPW, arts, physical education. But now the pressure is only on consolidated one subject. It is computer, 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 or it is science, 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 or it is political science, sociology, psychology. The subjects change. Then from schools to colleges, there is a lot of loneliness because students leave their friends behind, they leave their homes behind, they've come to hostels. And what do we say about the new distractions they have? They have peer pressure, new roommates, confusion of finding classrooms, distraction because it is more open environment now. No pressure, no moral policing. So we are like we can go anywhere, we can do whatever, no control over us. So confusion. Now, how does this happiness and where does this happiness fit in our education? I always use the first name because the pronunciation is very difficult. According to leading happiness researcher Sonia, happiness is defined as the experience of joy, contentment, positive well being, combined with the sense that one's life is good, it is meaningful, it is worthwhile. So, that well being, along with that meaning to my life, will make me understand that yes, I am happy and I can focus on my studies. Now, the anxieties, as I said, of starting colleges, ट्रांजिशन फ्रॉम स्कूल टू कॉलेज, क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स हम फेस करते हैं? पेरेंट्स की फॉल्स एक्सपेक्टेशन, डॉक्टर बन जाओ, लॉयर बन जाओ, एडवोकेट बन जाओ, राइट? सो वही पढ़ाई, जबकि मेरा इंटरेस्ट उसमें नहीं है, शायद मैं म्यूजिशियन बनना चाहती हूँ, बट दैट वोंट बी एक्सपेक्टेड बाय माय पेरेंट्स. सो ऑल द confusion, ragging. I have heard so much about ragging, so I'm afraid, I am worried. Fear of unknown, what next, the subject patterns, money management. Growing up, you don't have to manage money, your parents give you a pocket money and it is done. But when you go to your college, when you go to the university, when you go to a hostel, everything is expected from you. Then, as I said, separation from your friends, pressure of making new friends, peer pressure. So this is the time when students first time they are away from homes. And of course, teachers, ma'ams and sirs, no offense, but you have a competition. There are boys and girls and newly found independence and then the hormone rush. So you have huge competition. There are boys and girls in open who like to actually talk, interact with each other, and they probably find their partners in each other and they are busy exploring that. Then comes the peer pressure from your roommates. Somebody is more organized. Like my own son calls me Monica from Friends. If you know from Friends show, because I like to organize things very well. So he would laugh at me that mom, don't be Monica. Let my room be messed. So imagine Monica and another messed up kid. How will they manage? Somebody drinking, somebody is a teetotaler. Again, problems. So these are the problems these students come with, and then we expect them to be least distracted totally in our lectures, and we are talking at such a high proximal level that students are not making, their planes are not matching with us because they're not understanding what the teacher is saying, because they are worried, oh my room will not be clean, oh my god, I have to take out some money from bank. So they are distracted, right? So now I've established the problem statement. Now, how to foster happy classrooms and maximize learning and teach your students life affirming skills. Only then you can expect them to be employable, job ready, or let's say accepting all the knowledge that you are giving. Right? So that is the subject matter for today. Now, before I take you to the mantra which a Netherlands study has taken out, and I just learned and researched and found from there, I will like to see whether my audience are very much with me. So, to do that, let's play a game. All right. Now I see my audience here. All right. Audience, now I'm totally looking at you. Would you like to unmute your videos? Sweetie Singh, Sandeep ji, Vivek ji, would you like to unmute your videos more? Thank you. Okay. Get to the chat window and write name of your favorite movie. Thank you, Mr. Karan. Share the name of your favorite movie. Everyone. Now share the name of your favorite movie, I said, right? Destination, holiday destination. Nainital, Switzerland, Europe, hills, Himachal, Manali. Okay. Favorite sports? I'm just switching my internet glitch. Okay, badminton, cricket, hide and seek. Okay, interesting. All right. Now, tell me your favorite actor or actress. I should write mine as well. I am stuck in past, so I would say Madhubala. What to say, but I like Jackie Shroff, Amitabh Bachchan, Devanand, Deepika Padukone. Yes, that was in today's time. I like Priyanka Chopra also. All right, Madhav Baba, Parvati Mata. Wait, ये कौन है? Dr. Himanshu says, okay. Then it is Dr. Raj Kumar. Okay. Who is he? Madhuri Dixit. Okay. All right. Okay. If I were a millionaire, if I were a millionaire, I would have written my answer. Okay, Dr. Sonal Pathak's login, I see a lot of smiles. Can you share that? We also want to laugh here. You will invest in stocks. Okay, buy a villa in Kodaikanal. Wow. Come on, conceive the idea. You are a millionaire. What would you like to do with all the money? Though we already are, okay, we'll go for world tour, construct largest orphanage. Beautiful thought. Wow. Buy a house. Come on, get up. Dr. Sonal Pathak's login. You guys are not discussing. At least discuss amongst each one of you. If you are millionaires, what will you do? I think I'm going to do a lot of shopping also. I'm going to have walking wardrobes all over wherever I go, right? What else? Travel, shopping, good. What else? Come on, I want everyone to share here. आपस में शेयर कर लो चलो मैडम. Okay, good. Okay, the craziest thing I ever did was the craziest thing you ever did. Think about it. The craziest thing you ever did. Well, I once did something crazy and I'm not proud of it, but I'm sharing. So, Mr. Karan, that was very fatal. I agree. You ace it. Playing in middle of NH Road. Mr. Karan, we went for an annual wedding function. Oh my God. Dr. T. Uttar Kumar says sleeping in a meeting. Wow. Wonderful. Awesome. What else? So I was a backbencher and I was playing with my friends. We had a paper rolled and we were doing cricket. We were playing cricket. So we were sitting at, it was an amphitheater kind of a class, fine arts class, and I wasn't aware that, what is going on in the class. The moment I flicked my ball, it landed on madam's face. That was the most embarrassing situation for me in my lifetime. I apologized. I went to the staff room also. I told her that we were playing. But the first thing ma'am said, get up, get out. That was a savior. Had she asked me two questions, I would have started crying in the class. And this is when I was in plus two. So I wasn't a kid at that time. But it was a fine arts class, and we were just, enjoying because we were not fine arts students. So we thought it's an extra class. We were sitting at the back. To my rescue, I'm just sharing. Okay, I think most of the professors here are very uptight. They don't want to share the craziest thing they do. They did. Okay, let's say last question. Uh, the most important thing that makes me the happiest, the most important thing in my life that makes me the happiest. I have typed my answer, but I will not share it till I see 10 answers. The most happiest thing that you feel, proud of and you are happiest around. Adventure, yeah, that is mine as well, Dr. Sonan. Adventure keeps me going. What makes you the happiest? The happiest. Good food. Nice. Wow. Meditation. Second rank in master's degree. That's huge, Sandeepji. Wow. Okay. I've shared my answer. I'm an adventure freak. I have climbed Kanchenjunga, Goichala Viewpoint 2. It took about 10 days. That was an amazing experience, though treacherous because the gear was not good and we had blisters in our feet, but still we were walking for 10 days. So, but it was huge adventure. Natural sceneries, family, swimming in ocean. Wow. I did that myself. Yeah, that is liberating. Beautiful. All right. Now Meenakshi ma'am will say, बहुत बातें की हैं, काम नहीं कर रहे हो तो चलो, let's do some business. All right. So coming back to the how part, which is the most important and the most researched one, right? Now that we all have our total attention here, how to foster happy classrooms for optimal growth, full on mind in the classrooms. First, Tribal classrooms. Humans are innately tribal. Social hai hum log. We need to talk. We need to build relations. So, tribal classrooms greet and know your students, just like we did right now. Just like the best way to to know people is tell about yourself. So my first step was I shared my introduction and I asked you all that please join me. So that ways we all were connected, right? Okay. Now, second is mindfulness. Create stillness in your class, a pause in your class from all the distractions. We did that today, right? That is how you start your class. Just focus on BBO, breath in, breath out. Focus on normal breathing will bring all your attention towards yourself. You strengthen the parts of your brain that are in charge of attention, that are in charge of emotional regulation. So please, mindfulness is very, very important and not mindful, full of crap that we always have. No, we want mindfulness. Third, this is very important because you all are coaches, mentors, teachers. So please pay attention. Look, we are all brought up with a negative bias. Like if a child is crawling on a table, the child knows when to stop because there is an inbuilt negative bias. We were all cavemen, right? If we go back the history, we were all cavemen and we were always afraid of animals attacking us. So there was always that negative bias. There was rains and natural disasters. So we were always kind of negatively trained that okay, something bad can happen. That is why we need to break that bias when we are in the classroom. First thing we did BBO, right? Breath in, breath out. Centered. Second thing, mindfulness. Again, knowing students, saying, introducing yourself, knowing them. Then the negative bias. You can break the negative bias by simply asking the question, what good happened with you today? So instead of taking you to theoretical, again, I will bring the practical aspect. Get to the chat window. Everyone tell me one good thing that happened with you in last 6 months. One good thing. Quickly, I want everyone to write here. One good thing that happened to you in past 6 months. Your promotion, your student success, something good you ate, somebody congratulated you for something, some kind act you did, got third patent. Wow, Mr. Alok, congratulations. Dr. T. Uthya Kumar, new job with promotion. Wonderful, wonderful. Anything else? Anything else? Your son's success in CAT. Congratulations, Mr. Madan Lal. So the see what did I do? University got NSCC A plus plus. That's wonderful, Dr. Sonal. So I just created, I broke that negative bias by bringing you to the positive side. This is how practically you can do it in your class also. Even if they say they got a chocolate, it is a break from the negative bias. Now, again, very, very important. Know where and till what point you have to stretch. Learning new things is a key facet to happy life. If you don't learn anything, life becomes stagnant and you get bored, right? If you're not getting challenges, again you get bored. So we need to create that challenge for our students, and you don't have to keep it in the subject matter all the time. You can simply say, oh, have you heard about Roadster? Have you heard about Chat GPT? Yesterday I used Chat GPT. It is an amazing software. You just say what you want and they will give you the content in as many words as you want. So just okay, certificate IPR India. Congratulations. See, we have so many positive things happening right here. Now, coming to the zone of proximal development, please take a screenshot wherever you want. I'm not going to share the PPT. If you like something, take a screenshot. So understand the zone of proximal development. As a mentor, as a teacher, as a professor, you need to know this very, very important aspect. I will read out and then I'll explain. Through applying the concept of proximal development, you as a teacher identify what does your child know, your student know, and then teach him little bit of something new to add to it, and then relate it to something they have done in the past, right? Something they have learned in the past. That is how, with correlation with their prior knowledge, he or she can now understand the new concept with assistance. Correct? So now, can anybody give that one example for that? Let's say you are teaching a student about Ajax. Ajax, if you understand in IT, in ASP.NET, Ajax is a tool, right? So what happens, like when you go on a website, all students are interested in cricket. So you can just give them an example that when you go on the website, the entire content doesn't change. Only the score change. That is what Ajax do. It only refreshes the dynamic part, not the entire screen. So they will correlate and they will understand. And you cannot give them huge data which they cannot relate to. You have to understand, right, how much you have to give. The potency of the dosage also is very, very important. Moving ahead, bringing to a flow state. Have you ever seen that when a presentation or a speaker comes on a forum, it takes the speaker 5-10 minutes to get रवा कहते हैं हिंदी में, but get in the flow state with all of you. Because when you are in the flow state, you are actually performing to the best, right? Like an athlete, when they start running, there is one point they stop feeling any pain because they are in the flow state. They just keep running and running. That is what a flow state is. And with our knowledge and content, we have to bring our students to the flow state, right? So that is the optimal state of psychological being. Those who experience flow state show more regularly, they are into deeper learning, long term interest in the subject, and of course higher level of well-being. So we as teachers have to create an atmosphere such that your class can lose themselves in the class, in the work. Whatever they are studying, they just lose themselves. That is when you actually bring your students to a flow state. Now, next is play to their strengths. Very, very important. We as professors need to identify their top signature strengths. Studies show that when we use our strengths in a novel way, we are significantly happier. Now, I've seen there was a teacher who would always come and ask me, Anuradha, you will not know this. So I met that teacher very recently in a literary fest. So she made me feel that I will not be successful in her subject. I aced in her subject. I was topper of the class, whereas the teacher always kept me, uh, you know, like a deterrent. आपसे ना हो पाएगा. So I did not remind her that. Instead, I said that because of you, I was very successful, and this is what I am doing. And she was an English teacher, and I gave her my book. She actually paid for it. She said, "No, I'm going to buy your book." And I was very happy. So we need to create, a class where we are acing our students, congratulating them, bringing them to confidence, and not just bringing them down, right? Now, the more teachers look for the student's strength, the better teachers feel about their own ability. You getting me? So it is not that you are doing any favor just to the kid, but to yourself as well. Because researchers show that students' success is directly affected by the teacher's belief in them, their abilities, their strengths, to develop them. So as a teacher, if I know that I can get something out of you, I know you will become something someday. The student also gets that confidence, and they will do better as well. All right. I hope it is not getting boring. Then we'll go for a game. All right. So practice kindness. Very important. The best way to spread it is be kind yourself. If you are kind, your students will be kind. Teachers who use kind words, politeness, respect for students, they are patient, well mannered. Their teachers also do the same. They are apes. You could even encourage your children to carry out random acts of kindness by asking, like I'm asking you right now. Everyone, get to the chat window. Tell me any kind act that you did in past 6 months. Now I have aced it because I just made tea for my maid and a sandwich today. Yes. So this is my kind act. I was kind enough. Tell me one kind act of yours in past 6 months. Anything. Tell me, everyone. I am going to ask you. कोई कुछ काइंडनेस में कुछ नहीं किया किसी ने? Oops. Green certificate is also, I think, something towards mankind. So very, very important. We need to be kind. Probably being kind to our students, being kind. Started a scholarship in my institute. Oh my God, that is noble. Not just kind for orphanage. Yeah, oh my God. That is very kind. Really, Dr. Vivek. Thank you for sharing. Let us take a leaf out of it and we all also try to do that. Right? Anybody else who wants to share? Student was asking for leave. I dropped him at the gate and also met his father and talked to him. Such a beautiful act. See, we were not supposed to do that. Still, you went extra mile. Helped a stranger to find the location. Absolutely being kind. Yes, that's being kind. So I'm so happy that I have very kind audience today. Okay, moving ahead. Be optimistic. Optimists are happier, they have better health, and are less likely to suffer from depression. So try to be optimistic yourself. Help them challenge their negative chatter. If you are optimistic, your own negative chatter will be on the low end. And then being optimistic, you see your situation from a more hopeful perspective. You're more hopeful of the situation. Okay, Dr. Vivek said, engaged a person on a job by starting a collective fund of my colleagues. That's such a noble act. Wow. Then helped patient in hospital. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing also. Okay. So be optimistic because optimism takes you to places. If you are optimistic, you're more hopeful, and hope is what keeps us going. So always be optimistic. All right. Now, this is my favorite, and I would let you all take a. Okay, ma'am, what are the ways to improve optimism? I think it is very simple, Dr. All right, Dr. T. Uthya Kumar. So, simplest way of increasing this positivism or optimism or positivity is by putting all the positivity. Like, let's say I have a glass. All right. I have a glass. This is me, a vessel, right? And it is full of mud, which is negativism, right? How do I remove this negativity? I put so much of positivity. Let's say this water is positive. I put so much of positivity that the negativity, you know leaves. That is the only best way of increasing positivity or optimism. You start thinking positive, you always manifest positive. That is my answer, and I would really be happy if anybody else wants to share the same about optimism. All right, let's move ahead. Exercise. Exercise is the simple biggest thing we can do to boost our physical as well as mental health. If we are exercising, our body looks better as well, our skin starts shining, and fitter students perform much better academically, and they have better body image, higher self esteem, more confident. And short bursts of exercises raises the heart rate, sends more blood and oxygen to the brain so that we can think better as well. Imagine exercise is helping us to perform better. Feel good form जो hormones हैं, these are like dopamine, your endorphins. They That exercise release not only boost happiness, but they are neurotransmitters too, which again gives us brain power, think better. So imagine the importance of exercise. Anybody wants to add anything here? See, if you have a fitter body, your students also see that. They are more impressed that yeah, our teacher is impressive, is healthy, so we also need to be like that. So very important. Okay, I see Dr. Sonal Pathak's login. There is a lot of commotion. Are you with us in the session, ma'am? Uh, it's a little bit disrespect to the coach who's talking because you are very busy doing your own work. Dr. Minashi, would you like to mediate a little? You can switch off your video if you want to talk, just do that, but do not disturb my audience, please. Thank you. All right, moving ahead. So I said exercise is very important, right? Because the exercises generate these hormones, the feel good hormones, dopamines, endorphins. So they will help you perform even better. The 10th point is walk the talk. Practice what you preach. Like I said, be healthy so that your students are healthy. Healthy. Be happy so that your students are happy. Your classroom will be happy if your teacher is happy. Right? One factor that will make your classroom happy is you. Children look to us for stability. And as the captain of the ship, you have to be in ship shape yourself, right? You have to recharge yourself on a daily basis. 11th is co-planning, collaborating, and there are lots and lots of tools for that. See, nowadays students knowledge is not based on the course books or on you. They have Google, they have WhatsApp gurus. So what happens, they keep learning a lot, and while they are learning, you never know that they know more than you also. At times it happens. So what is most important is collaborating, right? Children can offer a lot. You have to collaborate with them, share the responsibility of the subject so that they can bring knowledge as well, right? All right. The next is having frequent pit stops. Now, in a 1.5 hour session, see how many pit stops we took. Still, we are at the subject matter. So, make sure you take those pit stops for refreshment, for breath in, breath out, for asking their kindness, for anything. But you have to give them a little small dose. They are brought back from the idiot boxes to the reality, to the classroom. So there are a lot of hands-on simulations. There are sketch note videos. There are what we call it, vlogs, discuss something. Bring the students back to the classroom. Okay. So let me stop sharing here, come to the audience, see if they are wide awake, if there are many questions. All right. Okay. I've opened my chat window. I would like to ask if you have any particular questions, as Dr. T. Uthe Kumar asked about optimistic beings. So Dr. Vivek Sharma says impression and inspiration goes hand in hand. Absolutely they do. That is why the teachers, the professors, the coach have to be very impressive, because students are learning from us. Yeah. I would open the stage for questions now. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We have precisely, let's say we have 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes for questions. You can ask me any questions. I'm a life coach. I'm a startup mentor. I'm a business consultant. In those capacities, whatever I know, I'll be more than happy to share that knowledge with you. So this is a pit stop, I would say. All right, I have to wake you up first. Okay, let's do that. Okay, after the questions, please. How to analyze our happiness quotient? Dr. Sonal, very, very easy. You know what? Ask yourself, how would you rate yourself from 0 to 10 in your happiness quotient? So let me put this question to you only. Um, and all the audience, how would you rate yourself in your happiness? Because I'm a happiness coach and I help people come to happiness. So I would ask all the audience, 0 to 10. Please place yourself. Where are you in your happiness quotient? When 0 is least, 10 is highest. It does. It varies from day to day, of course. So, see, what you can do is you want to increase your happiness quotient, everyone. Should we work on it right now? Yes. All right. So, what we'll do is tell me as a you enjoy doing. Was it any game? Was it any person? Was it any place? Just go research. Write all the things that gave you happiness growing up as a child. Just think about, go research, keep writing all the things that brought you happiness. Else, let's right. What brought happiness to you? Right. Just keep going, keep going. As a kid, what did you like doing? My second question to find out that happiness factor is, ma'am, if you are sitting, you can write on your writing pad also. I want you happy, happier than today. So write, if money, time, and family is not a constraint, money, time, and family is not a constraint, what is it that you would like to do? Keep writing on your writing pads. Playing, watching movies, feast, festival, rest, playing with kids, reading jokes, travel, silence, fulfilling targets. मैम डॉक्टर सोनल पाठक, बचपन में कौन से टारगेट्स होते थे होमवर्क के अलावा? बचपन में तो मस्ती हमारा टारगेट होती थी कि स्कूल का होमवर्क मुसीबत खत्म करो एंड गो फॉर अ गेम और गो एंड प्ले विद योर फ्रेंड्स. वो असली वाली बातें लिखो. Travel, mountains, go for a trip. So all those things, dancing brought me happiness. Oh my God, we used to dance like crazy. I still remember my father dancing on such stupid songs to make us laugh. So think about it. Appreciation made us happy. मिलती कब थी बचपन में? आती अच्छी नहीं थी. ठीक है? So appreciation was far fetched. अब मिलती है. What else? What else? I want everyone to feel happier after the session. Think about the things that bring happiness to you. We used to play cross zero also, tic tac toe. That was amazing. Class में खेल के बहुत मजा आता था tic tac toe. टीचर को पता ना चले, right? वो लिखिए. So by just remembering those points, we were happier, right? So all I want to say is find your buzz moments. I will write it for you. It is called buzz moments. So all these small, small things are your buzz moments. You have to find them, then you have to multiply them. This is what will increase your happiness quotient. 200% guaranteed by me. तो आपको ढूंढनी है, find out those buzz moments, multiply them. Awareness is the key for everything. Success के लिए awareness चाहिए. For happiness you need awareness. For improving you need awareness. So just do that. Thank you so much. I hope I answered your question. All right. Now, next question was how to bring the distracted class to its normal. Mr. I used a lot of small, small things. I will tell you. We did kindness exercise. We did happiness. We did happiness exercise. That was to bring happiness or the to bring class to from distractions to back in the class. Then we did our breath in, breath out, another tool. So how part was everywhere. See, just by being healthy and presentable, you are bringing the classes to attention to yourself. So you need attention from your students. For that, you need to be very smartly dressed up. You need to be very much in your senses. You need to be high vibrations, high vibes. That is how you bring everyone towards you. And then what you are saying is what students are listening to. Right? So I think these are the tools. I've used all the how tools, the 11 tools I used. They were all about bringing this class back to yourself and cutting on all the distractions. Okay. Now the question was, can you specify some methods for ice breaking for the classes and new students? Okay. See, we know what are the challenges we have for new students, what they are doing, where they are focused, what is their mindset, why they are confused. Now, what we have to do is ice breaking. I think the first most important thing is the first point I said we are tribal by nature. So, if some teacher just simply asks me, Anuradha, how are you feeling in the class today? You are new. I think you have made the connection. Asking somebody, where are you from? Somebody else, what do your parents do? Okay, a question. Who all are by default in the class in this subject and who all were actually pushed towards it? The students will be like if you have seen that bagpiper and the mice. So they will be yours if you ask them those questions which touch their hearts. So I think just by making a connection with the students, you can actually the ice breaking and you can bring the students' attention totally towards yourself. Right? Yes. Who wants to ask the next question? I think question answers are even more important than the entire session. Anybody who wants to ask a question? You can unmute and ask questions as well. Okay, before I move forward on the questions, let me see if I can give you a quick rundown about the. Thank you so much for asking this question. This is the answer. So I hope you can see this. Children have a lot to offer. Give them a voice. Share the planning and share the responsibility of determining the direction of learning. We can use collaboration tool or we do not. So what we can do is stop sharing, stop sharing. Okay. Yeah. So what we can do is for smart people, actually bring their entire focus in the class because otherwise they will start moving ahead, and we can collab with them that these topics this group is making preparing this topic. We can give them topics to prepare and to make sure that they are always focused on the subject, and with us we can also give them assignments, you know work a play around this topic. So there are very, very creative ways and a lot of creative tools to do that. All we have to do is understand our students' smartness, as I said, zone of proximal development. If we understand that, we can help them. If we know how much to stretch, we can help them. So all those answers are right here. I will again quickly show you all the 11 topics that you can work around, and meanwhile you can ask me your questions also. Okay. Okay, let me quickly take you to the points. First is tribal class, how make connection with the students. Second is mindfulness, always full of unnecessary things happening around. So we have to clear it by breath in, breath out, or anything important you can do. Anything other than that, ice making. Bring them focused. Even making example of one student, say, I think today you are not in the class. Your attention is somewhere else. What happens? Everybody starts focusing. What happened? Dant padne wali hai. This teacher is going to get upset. But what happens? That student probably is the best student. And everybody is focused because you spoke to that student. And the student knows that there was no negative connotation. That is how. Negative bias, remove it. All the negativity just by asking positive things. Zone of proximal development. We understand, right? So we need to refer it to something they have done in past. Bring them to flow state. Play to their strengths, not weaknesses. Practice kindness. Be optimistic. Hope. Have hope in your students. Exercise yourself, and you can actually make your students exercise as well. The moment you, and Mr. T. Kumar, this is also an icebreaker. When you enter the class, tell everyone to clap, stretch, nothing else. Okay, stretch, leave it. So this action is whatever tensions you have, we will just throw them out. This exercise, so just one exercise and you brought attention back. Be happy yourself. Be mindful yourself. Before entering a class, just focus on your breath and breathe out. So you are walking the talk. Collaborate with students. Stop in between to see if the students, it is much for them to understand and learn. Give them some game in between. Competition, very important. Collaboration is the king, cooperation is queen. So we have to, amongst the teachers also, we have to stop competing, rather helping each other. No one should be burning out and working themselves into the ground, and no one should be worried about their status as a competent teacher. Within the teachers also, stop competing. Compete with yourself, right? So if any of teachers does a good job, make them shine. You know, being non-competitive, being satisfied that you are doing a good job, working as a team of learners makes all the difference. Again, seek flow, not superiority over others. Right? Then coach more. Coaches, what do coach does? Coach the best in you, give you the direction, and let you outperform. Teaching is focused on imparting knowledge, where the teacher is in charge of education. It has so little to do with the student as an individual. Coaching is totally individual based. So, good teaching is good coaching. Achieve modeling. I am doing something good. And feedback to achieve high quality work together. So, you give feedback so that the student knows that this is what I did good, this is where I have to improve. So, coaching is about helping the student bring out what they already have, right? What they already have in themselves. Move on. No, don't take it literally. Sorry. Now, what happens? Outdoor learning is very important. So, between at times, take your students out because nature has so much power. And when we enter the nature, we can actually take students' curiosity, we can absorb it, we can grow it. Try if you can take your students outdoor at times. Right? So that was pretty much it. I decided this is my book. So I have already shared the link in the beginning. If you like, you can order it from Notion Press, Flipkart, Amazon, anywhere. All right. Moving ahead. I'll give you a quick tips now because we have got only 9 minutes. Any questions, please feel free to ask, unmute yourself and ask. Now, going to the quick tips. Allow them to connect previous knowledge with the current learnings. Encourage students. Be sure that they have learned from phrases. So don't do a just fake phrase. That is offending. Right? And give them an idea how much they have learned, how far they have come. Superheroes to stop playing. Make
Ma'am,
sure that the students
your
are
voice is breaking a lot.
who is saying that? Yeah, who is saying that?
Meenakshi.
Is my अच्छा डॉक्टर मीनाक्षी अभी ब्रेक हुई होगी वी हैव बीन टॉकिंग तो अभी तक तो बिल्कुल ठीक थी
नहीं, अभी 2-3 स्लाइड
आई
से ही
थिंक
ब्रेक हुई है.
हाँ जी जी नहीं वो स्लाइड्स खत्म हो चुकी है आई एम जस्ट रिवाइजिंग इट फॉर देम
Okay.
so audience please let me know if my voice breaks if you miss anything please tell me we are quickly just revising the entire thing so if my voice breaks anywhere please let me know so that is pretty much it the revision part is also over so please remember 15 points they are the crux. I will also give you a link to the research that has been done in Netherlands. Okay? Okay, I'm quickly again taking you through. You can take a screenshot if you want. All right. That's it. If you have any more questions, I will be more than happy to take you through.